Yes, Majority Leader.
We agreed to take the statement advertised in the name of Honorable Patricia Appiah-Jay. So if we can do that now.
So back to item numbered. Item numbered 8. Honorable Patricia Appiah-Jay, Deputy Minority Leader, you have the floor.
Right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is a great honor to address this august House on the occasion of the World Population Day, which was celebrated worldwide on the 11th of July, 2026. Mr. Speaker, as Ghana joins the international community to commemorate World Population Day 2026 under the global theme, realizing the hopes and aspirations of young people today and for the future. The country's specific national theme is investing in Ghana's future through healthy, skilled, and empowered young people. Mr. Speaker, World Population Day reminds us that people are the foundation of sustainable development. Hence, government and development partners must invest in young people whose talents, innovation, and resilience will shape our nation's future. Mr. Speaker, Ghana stands at a defining moment in its demographic transition. According to the 2021 Population and Housing Census, our population stands at approximately 30.8 million, while current national projections estimate that Ghana's population has risen to about 34.4 million. More importantly, nearly 12 million Ghanaians, about 1/3 of our population, are young people between the ages of 15 and 35 years. This youthful population presents Ghana with a historic opportunity to accelerate economic growth and national development through demographic dividend. However, this opportunity can be realized only through sustained investments in human capital. Despite progress made over the years, many young people continue to face significant challenges. The 2025 National Labor Statistics indicates that approximately 1 in every 4 young people between age 15 and 35 years, not in education, employment, training, with young women disproportionately affected. Youth unemployment and underemployment remains major national concerns, and many employers continue to report shortages of appropriately skilled workers. Young entrepreneurs often struggle to access financing and business opportunities. At the same time, adolescent pregnancy continues to interrupt the education and prospects of many girls. According to the Ghana Demographic and Health Survey 2022, 15.2% of adolescent girls aged 15 to 19 years have ever been pregnant, with 10.9% having had a live birth, 1.9% currently pregnant, and 3.9% having experienced a pregnancy loss. mental health concerns, digital inequalities, and barriers to quality reproductive health services further constrain the potentials of many of our young people. These challenges are not only social concerns, but also development challenges that affect productivity, economic growth, and national competitiveness. Right, Honorable Speaker? Evidence consistently shows that countries that invest in their young people achieve faster economic growth, lower poverty, and stronger social cohesion. Every investment in education, healthcare, nutrition, technical and vocational skills, digital innovation, entrepreneurship, and decent employment strengthens Ghana's human capital. These investments lay the foundation for sustainable development and translate into tangible economic benefits for our nation. Ghana's revised national population policy, sexual and reproductive health policy for young people, UN Sustainable Development Goals, and the African Union Agenda 2063 all recognize that investing in young people is the surest pathway to inclusive national development. Parliament's role is legislation, budget approval, and oversight is vital to inspire a shared sense of responsibility for youth development. It is in this regard that the Parliamentary Caucus of Population and Development endorses the call by all stakeholders, including the National Population Council, on this august House to continue supporting increased investments in quality and inclusive education, technical, vocational, and digital skills development, youth employment and entrepreneurship, swift clearance of family planning commodities from the port, strengthen and improve the existing primary health care, domestic health financing due to dwindling donor funds, budget allocation specifically for adolescent reproductive health programming, mental health and social protection programs, innovation, research, and technology, and strong population and data systems to support evidence-based policy making. We call upon development partners, the private sector, and civil society to join us in strengthening collaborations and empowering our youth through shared efforts. Mr. Speaker, the choices we make today will determine whether Ghana fully harnesses its demographic dividend or misses a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Let us therefore commit to building a Ghana where every young person is healthy, well-educated, skilled, productive, and empowered to contribute meaningfully to the national development. Mr. Speaker, together, let us invest in Ghana's future through healthy, skilled, and empowered young people, so that the hopes and aspirations of every young Ghanaian become the driving force for a more prosperous, inclusive, and resilient nation. On behalf of the caucus and all stakeholders, I wish all Ghanaians a meaningful and impactful World Population Day 2026 as Ghana celebrates on 28th July 2026. 26. May God bless our young people. May God bless the Parliament of Ghana, and may God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honourable members, that's the statement emanating from our Honourable Deputy Minority Leader, Honourable Patricia Appiah-Jay. The floor is now open for comment. And leadership, how many comments are we taking in view of the business of the day?
Mr. Speaker, if you agree to do 2-2 together with leadership, making 3. If you don't want us to comment on a statement, just keep your statement.
Mr. Speaker, is 2 plus leadership.
Yes. So the comment is subject to 5-minute rules. So table office, alert the timekeeper. Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on the statement ably made by the Deputy Minority Leader on the theme, investing in Ghana's future through healthy, skilled, and empowered young people. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's population is estimated to have hit about 34 million as at 2026 first quarter. Mr. Speaker, the population globally is around 8.3 billion, with about 2.7% growth rate, 4.5 births, and 1.8% deaths per second. Mr. Speaker, the government of the day, in its wisdom and the manifesto, titled Jobs, Accountability and Prosperity, set up the Ministry for Youth Development and Empowerment. Mr. Speaker, if you take a critical look at the budget of the said ministry, it is nothing to write home about. To give hope, inspire the youth, empower them, and give them the skills that is required to develop. Mr. Speaker, institutions such as the NEIP, the NYEP, were set up to provide innovative means of supporting the youth of this country. What have we seen? Gross mismanagement and very little budgetary support to empower those institutions to be able to provide the needed skills and jobs for the youth of this country. Mr. Speaker, the said 24-hour economy policy is yet to take off and to be given the adequate resources to be able to support the private sector as envisaged in the manifesto of the ruling party. Mr. Speaker, the said Women's Bank is just about to take off. I want to believe the majority leader and his team will
Honourable member, kindly be guided by the rules.
Very well, Mr. Speaker,
Don't
I'm
provoke
guided.
debate.
The Women's Bank is yet to take off. It could have been a very important avenue to support the youth of this country.
Have you read the statement?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I have. Mr. Speaker, there are also pending legislations that this House can fast track to give hope to the future of this of the youth of this country. There are a lot of pending legislations that this House has to look at to be able to posit the theme of this country in this year's World Population Day, that is investing in Ghana's future through healthy, skilled, and empowered young people. Mr. Speaker, we as a House need to be adequately briefed by this caucus quarterly to understand exactly what they are doing to help the population growth of this country, and also advise the ministries of finance to empower the agencies capable of empowering the youth sectors of this country to provide the needed skills and growth, and also provide a needed future for the youth of this country. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to comment on the statement ably read by the Deputy Minority Leader, the most respected Patricia Appiah-Jay, on the occasion of World Population Day 2026. Mr. Speaker, the theme for this particular celebration couldn't have been more appropriate. That's investing in Ghana's future through healthy, skilled, and empowered young people. Mr. Speaker, I was particularly elated by the second paragraph of the statement. And if you permit me, Mr. Speaker, it says, Right Honourable Speaker, World Population Day reminds us that people are the foundation of sustainable development. Hence, government and development partners must invest in young people whose talent, innovation, and resilience will shape our nation's future. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, we have almost given our all to this nation. The future of this nation, how sustainable this nation will be, how strong this nation will be, how prosperous this nation will be, rests squarely on the shoulders of the young people. Mr. Speaker, when talking about World Population Day, we are talking about global demographic challenges, which challenges have to do with gender equality, child and mother mortality rates, unemployment, overpopulation, and several others. Mr. Speaker, in Ghana today, one of the greatest challenges we have, which is almost turning into national security crisis, is the greatest rate of unemployment of 32%. Indeed, I must commend the government of the day for implementing some of the fruitful policies aimed at lessening this particular rate of unemployment. You talk about the Ejumara program, which has been launched nationwide and then being pursued religiously. We seek to provide meaningful opportunities, invest in the youth, and to ensure that we enhance their talent so as to compete globally. Mr. Speaker, this statement also highlights strongly the need for us as a people to take into sharp consideration how to cater for our pregnant women, our unborn babies, and what have you. In this respect, Mr. Speaker, it is also commendable that the government of the day has acknowledged the importance of this particular demographic of our society. And as a result of that, we have launched the free medical care program and then the free primary care program, the Mahama Care. Mr. Speaker, indeed, you cannot believe it. What it does to those of us who are from villages, deprived, marginalized constituency, it is a great boost to the healthcare delivery. I mean, quality healthcare delivery to our women and then children. Mr. Speaker, it is also gratifying to note that every district in this country has been taxed through the DACF allocation to build a minimum of 2 CHIP compounds in every district. When you do the mathematics, it clearly shows that we will, in the next couple of years, be building about 500 plus of these CHIP compounds. These CHIP compounds are supposed to provide for that critical segment of our society, which has to do with our wives, our sisters, our mothers, so as to ensure that we kept the child to mother mortality rate to its barest minimum. Mr. Speaker, the maker of the statement has also proffered some very intelligent, solution, and associate myself fully with them. One is for us to enhance innovation, research, and technology. This clearly shows that our institutions of higher learning, we must ensure that they properly identify with the need of the people, such that they tailor-made the research that they undertake to reflect the need and aspirations of our people. With these short remarks, Mr. Speaker, I really want to thank the honorable member we affectionately call Mama Pat.
Yes, Honorable Stephen Amwa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to also humbly support this very important statement by our Deputy Leader. Mr. Speaker, I think it is a statement that as a country, we need to even give it more attention, apart from the fact that today is a very specific day to deal with such important issues. Mr. Speaker, all that we are doing as a country, I think we are all putting our efforts together to ensure that we can attain the long-term economic growth and stability, which, of course, bring everything under as a country to deal with all the underlying issues. But, Mr. Speaker, what are its main functions? One, productivity. Two, labor force. And when it comes to labor force, we are considering size and scale component. And the strength of any country or economy in the world lies with the youth. And Mr. Speaker, if you look at the statement, almost everything my other colleagues are stating are in this piece of work. And it's been stated over and over to me for way over 30 years. Talking about unemployment, underemployment, and all opportunity, cost of capital, high cost of borrowing, they are there. But I think as a country, sometimes we need to move beyond the rhetorics and the complaints and the suggestions and the politicization of some of these national or important national issues. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure you will bear with me that the challenges basically are structural and socioeconomic. And we need to make sure that we put them in the context that we can develop specific frameworks or models to deal with these issues. Mr. Speaker, I've noticed something in our country, and it cuts across. Most of the youth-related policies that we come out with when it comes to employment and other things, in my opinion, lack the needed longevity in terms of functional life. We normally come out with policies that do not even move beyond 5 or 10 years. And I think I'll use this opportunity to admonish policymakers that it is long overdue. Because these are the issues that are making us always rely on other sovereignties and other countries. By the grace of God, we are so much endowed with wide range of commercially viable natural resources and raw materials. And areas such as agriculture, if you want to deal with the entire value chain, Mr. Speaker, we don't need any high-level technology to indeed convert our raw materials into finished goods that along that value chain, almost everyone along our social stratification as a young man, whether even educated or not educated, to get something to do. So I think as a country, for once, most of these important areas or issues, we must address them holistically without politics. Mr. Speaker, one of the areas is politicization when it comes to opportunities for the youth, where others are marginalized. It cuts across all regimes. It doesn't augur well for us as a country. So I think we need to look at these things and make sure that we deal with them. Mr. Speaker, because of time constraint, I would like to also touch on the weak entrepreneurial ecosystem that we have. I think about 10% out of over 100 young ones that complete at the tertiary level in Ghana get regular job to do within that short period. And what happens? The world is going entrepreneurial. And what are we doing? I just presented a statement, I think last sitting, that we must consider including entrepreneurship in the JHS and SHS academic curricula. By doing so, the young ones, the youth, will begin to build the needed leverage and tenacity and the ability to start their own businesses. And look at the Asian countries. This is what is going on. And to end with this, it is also important that meritocracy as a key, because it was one of the cardinal principles on which Singapore and those countries were built on. When we talk, we live them. I am admonishing those in power today to go beyond politics, propaganda, rhetorics, and make sure that as a country we can develop sustainable economic policy and economic policy framework for the youth to make sure that as a country we will build the needed resilience.
Honourable member, your time is up. Yes, Honourable Demagbana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to this very important statement delivered by the chairperson of the Parliamentary Caucus on Population and Development, a caucus that I am very proud to be a member of. Mr. Speaker, as we celebrate the World Population Day, I am happy that the statement delivered by the Deputy Minority Leader sought to shift the conversation from population growth to human capital development and a focus on what we can do as a country to support young people. Mr. Speaker, population and development are linked. You cannot delink the two together. And there cannot be development if we do not properly understand the population dynamics and make proper investments into these dynamics. Mr. Speaker, youthful population is not automatically a demographic dividend. We have heard many leaders speak, and like motivational speakers will say, a youthful population means that a country has potential, so it's a demographic dividend. But it is not automatic. It only becomes a demographic dividend when you make the right investments in education. Mr. Speaker, access to education. Right from the basic level, Mr. Speaker, we have structural challenges. Today, a child born in a rural area in Ghana is more likely not to progress to tertiary. At the basic level, most of the schools that we have, that are government schools, the public schools in the rural areas, Mr. Speaker, when they write their BEC, there are districts that the schools are scoring 0. What it means is that when you are born in a rural area in this country, automatically you are at a disadvantaged place. So when we're talking about education and investment in education, we must ensure that this investment is spread out in such a way that a child born in Gbegbekope will have the same opportunity as a student attending any of the big schools here in Accra or Kumasi and all these places. Mr. Speaker, we also need to look at expanding technical and vocational training. Currently, government is implementing a policy called the National Apprenticeship Program. But Mr. Speaker, when you look at the budgetary allocation, though commendable, as a young person, I believe a lot more needs to be done, because this is the only sustainable way by which many more young people can be empowered to have skills that can earn them a living. That is the only way we can address issues of unemployment. And so, while commending government for the National Apprenticeship Program, I also want to plead that in the next budget, we must increase the budgetary allocation for that program so that many more young people, school dropouts, will have the opportunity to be empowered with vocational skills so they can earn for this country. The third thing, Mr. Speaker, is for us to expand digital skills. I have seen the Minister for Communication here, and I must say that through the magnanimity of Mr. President and the Minister, some students from my constituency are benefiting from the 1 million coders program and also the Girls in ICT program. Mr. Speaker, but it is important to note that out of about 88 basic schools that I have in my constituency, less than 10 can boast of having computers. How do we talk about digital literacy and empowering young people with digital skills when the basic infrastructure and all those things have not been made available? We need to increase allocations because, like I said earlier, until he came, we had only one. When he came, he has provided us with some laptops and computers, but we need to increase budgetary allocation for these very important programs so that we can expand digital skills. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, we must also ensure that government's policies on provision of jobs for young people must not be reduced to tokenism. We must provide young people with sustainable jobs, just like the Honorable Stephen Amwa has.
Time is up. Yes. Minority leadership.
Mr. Speaker, we are yielding to Honorable Kobe, but I wanted to draw your attention to the comments of the member. He said nothing about population and it's related to the statement. He was rather debating. So those words, because when Honorable Patrick started, the Speaker guided that he should stick to the statement. But actually what you were talking about, CODA, we know that CODA program is a failed program. They are all failed programs, so they are generating debate. The minister responsible for communication giving you laptops. It's not all of us.
You are yielding
so please,
to who?
Honorable Kobe.
Please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this great opportunity on National Population Day. Mr. Speaker, I'm very happy that the whole idea about celebrating World Population Day is very important in reminding us on how to deliver for our own people. Mr. Speaker, in the Ghana's case, investing in Ghana's future through health, skilled and empowered young people is very appropriate and germane. Mr. Speaker, the young people of this country are the ones who are supposed to take care of the country in the future. But we know that all over the world, most of the great things that have been done, most of the great leadership that has been provided, have also been provided by young people. I mean, I take my own school in Fanscoop, for instance. One of our greatest headmasters, Picot, was only 18 years when he was the headmaster of Fanscoop School. So young people all over the world, I believe, can deliver. Bill Gates became a millionaire at the age of 19. So even though we are looking at the future, the present also matters. And that is why I believe that celebrating today is very important. Like I've said earlier before, my father always said that without health, there can never be wealth. So if Ghana wants to invest in health, skilled and empowered young people, then, Mr. Speaker, that's the appropriate way to go. Mr. Speaker, vocational education is one key area I believe that we can get the benefits immediately instead of even waiting for the future. It is therefore very important that as a country, we boldly support all young people who have taken vocational education as part of their lifelong learning and also their livelihoods. Mr. Speaker, we should start looking at the opportunities of providing them with productive assets, and give them the skills to manage them and the skills to sell their product or services. These are key skills that can make them survive the 21st century. Mr. Speaker, in other jurisdictions, they also know that you can never build a city without ideas and creativity. I believe that it is time we get our schools to start looking at this particular issue at the grassroots level, at the lower levels, at the basic level, especially financial literacy. It's one area that I believe that we've not been bold enough in this country about it. A lot of people don't look at financial literacy. They grow till they are old before they try to catch up with it. By that time, it would have been too late. Mr. Speaker, the issue of entrepreneurship is also very key, because if you empower people and don't give them the skills to succeed in life, don't give them the skills to be persistent, don't give them the skills to have the grit to move on whatever they want to do, Mr. Speaker, it will be very difficult for our population to survive the next millennium. Mr. Speaker, in running up, I believe that one of the key issues that we need to look out for is that we should also enable our parents to be able to talk to their children at home. Mr. Speaker, most often, we believe that it's the school that can train our children. But I believe that the foundation and the fundamentals at home are key in dealing with these issues. And parents should take that bold decision to sit down with their children, irrespective of how busy they are, how weak they might be. There are basic life principles that I believe that it's the parents' responsibility and duty to do to train our children at home. If the parents are able to do so, the children will have the confidence to go to school, take their vocational classes, be able to do their apprenticeships, and still be successful at all the things that they want to do. So I would like to recommend that as parents, we should first and foremost be the first pillar in driving growth in our children, in driving investments in our children. And I believe that if parents are able to do it, the communities can also come together to support them to be successful. Mr. Speaker, the living environment can never and will never always be delivered by the states. But I believe that families, communities have a major stake in doing so, in making sure that the country as a whole can deliver on the health and can deliver.
Yes, Majority. Majority Leader.
This one too, on this statement. Mr. Speaker, definitely World Population Day affords us an opportunity as leaders among a community of leaders in the world to pause and reflect on the impact of the increasing numbers of human beings on this planet and its impact on both the planet itself and on the human beings also. And so it is commendable that the Deputy Minority Leader has made this auspicious statement. Two things stand out in her statement. One is that Ghana has a youthful population. Speaker after speaker has highlighted how we should transform this into a dividend. I believe that it gives indication for those of us in this House who shape public policy to be mindful in everything that we do, that one of the cardinal things that we must achieve is to transform this youthful population into a dividend. That should reflect in the budgetary allocations and the sectors that the allocations go to. And then also, as the last speaker indicated, that should reflect in how we manage homes, so that homes can complement the public institutions in the training of our youth. Secondly, the statement highlights the rapid urbanization that is taking place in our country. We are told that 59% of our population now resides in the urban centers and the rest in the rural areas. And there are three major growth poles when it comes to urbanization. We are talking about Accra, we are talking about Kumasi, and we are talking about Tamale. These are the rapidly urbanizing parts of the country. Whilst urbanization is good, we must figure out how to exploit the potentials of urbanization. Recently, we were affected by floods, and it has been a major issue. This is one of the issues that we need to deal with as part of the challenges of urbanization. But urbanization also provides opportunities for economic growth. And so, as leaders, we must begin to learn how we can take advantage of the rapid urbanization to really spur growth within the urban centers. But then also, we must be mindful of the fact that it comes with cost, and perhaps we must achieve a balance, and therefore the resources of the country cannot be concentrated in only the urban centers. Mr. Speaker, recently we've had a debate about how to allocate common funds, how to utilize the resources. This government has indicated that 80% of the funds must go to all the districts. The principle behind it is to ensure equitable and fair development across the country. This will serve as a check on urbanization. Because one of the factors that is driving urbanization is everybody running to the urban centers in search for economic opportunities. So when you concentrate much of your national resources in the urban centers, invariably, all the people in the rural areas will run to the urban centers. But if you share the resources equitably, what will happen is that the economies of the rural areas will pick up, and many people will live in those parts of the country and take advantage of those economies. And so this should inform the thinking of those of us in this chamber as leaders who are allocating resources and determining how this country is supposed to shape. So let me commend the maker of the statement and indicate that it is a very important statement, and will be guided by the core issues that she raises relating to population growth and urbanization, which is fast approaching.
Thank you. Honourable members, that brings us to the end of the first statement. Yes, any indication?
Yes, so let's lay the papers. Luckily, we have about 3 ministers who will help us just lay the papers. Then we'll do the questions.
Yes.
We have 9B up to for 9B up to P. P. There are a lot of papers to be laid.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, the majority leader indicated that he wants us to vary the order of business and then go to commencements of public business, 9B up to P. But I can't see the minister responsible for finance in the chamber, and I can also see the Attorney General, Minister for Justice in the chamber. I can also see the Minister for Labor and Jobs and Employment in the chamber. I can't see the Minister for Local Government and Chieftaincy in the chamber. I cannot also see the Minister responsible for Works and Housing in the chamber. I can also see the Minister responsible for Lands and Natural Resources in the chamber. I cannot also see the Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture in the chamber. And I can, the only minister I can see who's supposed to lay paper is the minister responsible for communication and digital technology.
Honorable Habib.
Speaker, we don't have a problem varying the order of business.
Honorable Habib, did anybody make application on behalf of those ministers? So you have to wait when you get there and there is an application for a minister to lay on behalf of another minister, that your issue is ripe. Yes, Majority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Habib has given his consent after his comment for the Minister for Roads to lay the papers on behalf of the Ministers for Finance, Attorney General, Labor, Local Government. Mr. Speaker, the roads leading to Honorable Habib's constituency need urgent attention. The roads need urgent attention. And I know that he will not dare oppose the roads minister.
So, Honorable Habib, that is the application.
Mr. Speaker, you know the road minister is a very hard-working minister and my good friend. So many a time when you use the road minister to make an application, I'm always at the tight corner. Save that. You know, when they were paying for award of best ministers, he couldn't afford to pay 50,000 to be a best minister. But when it comes to laying papers, all those who got the award, they are not in the chamber. They are not here. But he couldn't pay. So, Mr. Speaker, we don't have a problem. For him, he can do it because he's doing the business for ministers who even receive the Best Ministers Award.
Item number 9B.
So he can.
Honorable Minister for Roads, for Minister for Finance.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana Export-Imports Bank for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana Statistical Service for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Venture Capital Trust Fund for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana Revenue Authority for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the paper item number B, I to IV have all been duly presented, and they are referred to the Committee on Finance for consideration and reports. Item numbered 9C. Yes.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Economic and Organized Crime Office for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the paper has been duly presented. It is referred to the Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs for consideration and report. Item numbered 9D.
Annual statements by the Audit Committee of the National Labour Commission for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statements by the Audit Committee of the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission for the year ended 31st December 2025.
The item numbered 9DI and II have all been duly presented, and they are referred to the Committee on Employment, Labor Relations, and Pension for consideration and report. Item numbered 9E.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Achuma and Wabija North District Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Efutu Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Oforikrom Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ewutu Senya District Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Nkwanta South Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Central Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Adaklu District Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Esutifi South District Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Offenso North District Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Akuna West Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Old Tafo Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Upper Dintra East Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Sunyani Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Office of the Head of the Local Government Service for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Central Regional Coordinating Council for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Greater Accra Coordinating Council for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Lejokuku Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Suhum Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Kwabri East Municipal Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Esutifi North District Assembly for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the item numbered 9E, I to XX have all been duly presented, and they are referred to a committee on local government, chieftaincy, and local government and rural development for consideration and reports. Item numbered 9F.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Architectural and Engineering Services Company for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana Water Limited for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the paper numbered 9F have been duly presented, and they are referred to a committee on works and housing for consideration and reports. Item numbered 9G.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Forestry Commission for the year ended 31st December 2025.
The annual statement has been duly presented. It is referred to the Committee on Lands and Natural Resources for consideration and report. Item numbered 9H.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Department of Social Welfare for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the National Council on Persons with Disability for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the item numbered 9H, I, and II have all been duly presented and it is referred to a committee on gender, children, and social welfare for consideration and report. Item numbered 9I.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the National Theatre of Ghana for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the paper has been duly presented and it is referred to the Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism for consideration and report. Item numbered 9J.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Cyber Security Authority for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana Meteorological Agency for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, these papers have been duly presented and they are referred to a Committee on Information and Communication for consideration and report. 9K.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Public Sector Reform Secretariat for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the item is duly presented and it is referred to the Committee on Public Administration and State Interest for consideration and report. Item numbered 9I.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ministry of Transport for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana Shippers Authority for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the item numbered 9I, 1 and 2 have all been duly presented and they are referred to Committee on Roads and Transportation for consideration and report. Item numbered 9M.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Nuclear Regulatory Authority for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the item numbered 9M, 1 and 2 have all been duly presented and they are referred to a Committee on Environment, Science and Technology for consideration and report. Item numbered 9N.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana National Fire Service for the year ended 31st December 2025.
Honourable members, the paper has been duly presented. It is referred to the Committee on Defence and Interior for consideration and report. Item numbered 9O.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Office of the Administrator General for the year ended 31st December 2025. Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ghana News Agency for the year ended 31st December 2025.
The item numbered 9O, 1 and 2 have all been duly presented and they are referred to a Committee on Administration and State Interest for consideration and report. Item numbered 9P.
Report of the Public Accounts Committee on the performance audit report of the Auditor General on the provision and maintenance of toilet facilities in the public schools. Report of the Public Accounts Committee on the report of the Auditor General on the management and utilization of the District Assembly's Common Fund and other statutory funds for the year ended 31st December 2024. Report of the Public Accounts Committee on the report of the Auditor General on the accounts of District Assemblies for the financial year ended 31st December 2024.
Honourable members, the item numbered 9P have all been duly presented and they are for distribution to honourable members. Yes, Majority Leader. Majority Leader, before you come in, let me crave the indulgence of the House to acknowledge the presence of some revered visitors in our midst. We have Royal Medina School, led by Priscilla Asasa, head teacher from Domi, Kwabenya, the number 67. We also have Ghana National Association of Teachers, led by Enoch Otu, chairman, and they are from Upper Denchira East, the numbered 65. Then we have Medina State 2, led by Vada Opoku, headmistress. They are from Medina constituency, the numbered 50. We also have Medina Estate 3, led by Mrs. Jane Odum, assistant head teacher. They are from Medina, the numbered 60. We also have University of Education, led by Ibrahim Abdul Fattah, president, and they are from Efutu, the numbered 80. Honourable members, on your behalf and on behalf of the House, I welcome our revered visitors to Parliament of Ghana and urge them to have a fruitful visit. Now, to indicate on the record that the honourable member for Efutu, my brother Osahin Alexander Kwamina Apanyo Makin, is in the house. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker,
Minority Leader, I just acknowledge your presence. I have not given you the floor.
Mr. Speaker,
I've just acknowledged your presence.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I
Honourable
don't know.
Minority Leader, you have not catch my eye.
Very well, Mr. Speaker, please, Mr. Speaker, because there are visitors, Mr. Speaker, there are visitors here.
Yes.
Just bear with me a second. Mr. Speaker, the Majority Leader and my good self operate at our own level. I don't know why all of a sudden the Chief Whip has been contracted to be engaging. Mr. Speaker, we are not on the same level. Your boss and I have our own level, and in this chamber, I am the senior most in leadership. I've been Majority Leader, and I'm now the Minority Leader. This is your first time. And he himself, that is his first time in that chair. So if you want to take me every now and then when I'm even talking, you want to come in with
Minority
a point
Leader.
of order. Mr. Speaker,
Minority Leader, I understand you are classmate at the law school.
Mr. Speaker, I was called before him. Even Habib is senior to you in leadership. I'm on my feet. No, you have not been called by the Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's okay. He's a happy man, avant-garde of government business. Let him take care of the backbench. When we say that, you get worried. The backbench, that is what matters. You've lost everything.
Mr. Speaker, the Minority Leader and I graduated the same day. We graduated the same day. We qualified the same day. Why? Why? Is the year in doubt? Is the year in doubt? He may be a fellow and I am the former, so that one is not my senior. Please, it's not my senior. It's not my senior. In fact, at the time when law school, his surname was started with marking. So I was called before him. Mr. Speaker, second.
So they asked, which year?
Mr. Speaker, the year is not in doubt. The year that we graduated is not in doubt. Mr. Speaker, second. Mr. Speaker, second. Because, Mr. Speaker, if I mention the year, that those who graduated in 1986 will say that we are children. I don't want my leader to say that we look too young. Mr. Speaker, second. He's not the oldest in leadership. The Honorable Doyo precedes you in leadership. So you can't say that you are the oldest in leadership. He has misinformed the House.
So should go to.
And therefore, Mr. Speaker, we think that that person should be expunged. So you see, somebody is also older than you in leadership.
Yes, all members, let me crave your indulgence to redirect item numbered 9F, rather to the committee, F2, to a committee on sanitation and water resources. I so referred. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I've been informed that the governor is in this house.
Is here at long last?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I want clarity on this matter. Because the last time he was supposed to appear before us, the governor of the central bank, we want to be sure. No, it's not about going after the governor. I'm only asking. Yeah, I want to be sure. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are prepared for the governor today. We are prepared for the governor.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to be sure.
If a minister or agency head is to appear and answer question before the question is mentioned, do you get up to demand whether he is here or not? Please. It's a rhetorical question for you not to answer. Majority Leader,
Mr.
let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, I want to assure the Minority Leader that of all the people who may be afraid of him, not this governor, this governor cannot be intimidated by you. So don't attempt to intimidate the governor. The governor is here and he is capable of answering any question that this House poses. So please, don't make it an issue. This governor has never failed to attend upon an invitation of this House. Never. So please, let's not dramatize these issues. People's reputations are at stake here, and the reputations of institutions are at stake here.
Any
so,
indication?
Mr. Speaker, the Minister for Communication has to catch a flight, so I want us to take his questions first.
Very well.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minority Leader, with all due respect,
Mr. Speaker,
you do not have the floor.
Yeah, but Mr. Speaker, he has requested for something.
You do not have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, normally when the majority leader makes a request,
you don't have the floor.
He has to find out from us whether we are in agreement. He has
What
not informed
are the
us.
question numbers?
Mr. Speaker, he needs to build consensus. He needs to clear with us. We need to discuss it. But Mr. Speaker, why are you frowning? Why are you frowning? Because we are talking about the governor, you want to frown? Why are you yesterday you were very cheerful.
So,
Mr.
Minority
Speaker,
Leader, are you objecting?
Mr. Speaker, now you're asking the question. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader knows what to do. Normally, if the minister has to catch a flight or whatever, you engage. That's a practice. He hasn't engaged.
Engage.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, please. Yesterday you had a good day with us. Mr. Speaker, you had a good day with us yesterday, and we all applauded you.
Honourable members, without any objection, I will then mention question number 643, standing in the name of Honourable Grace Ayensu Dankwa. Honourable member, you have the floor. Honourable member, the questioner is not here to ask the question. I will therefore ask that the answer be published. As we move to question number 716, standing in the name of Rudolph Amwako Jampa, Upper Denchra West. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable member for Upper Denchira West, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations what major challenges the communication network providers are facing in Upper Denchira West. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, communication network providers in Upper Denchira West are faced with challenges such as low population density, difficult geographical terrain, limited fiber and microwave backhaul, and high deployment costs. These factors make network expansion and maintenance difficult in Upper Denchira West. Mr. Speaker, the ministry is addressing the challenges under its purview by deploying shared rural network infrastructure, conducting coverage assessments, activating and rehabilitating sites, improving power and transmission systems, and engaging mobile network operators to extend and optimize services in underserved communities. Thank you.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in Minister's response, one of the challenges is low population density and high deployment costs. But Mr. Speaker, as we speak, a population which is more than 200,000 cannot be described as low.
Honourable Member, what is your supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, I'm laying a foundation on that.
Tell me the rules that requires that you lay foundation.
All right, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, so if I'm asking, how soon is the ministry's engagement with the service providers going to yield results for better services for the people of Upper Denchira?
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker, the ministry continues to engage with the mobile network operators and with our Universal Access Fund. And as soon as some workable solutions are found, we'll notify the Honourable Member and his community. Thank you.
Any further supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, like I was saying, a population of not less than 200,000, how will the minister describe as a low population? Thank you.
Yes.
Right Honourable Speaker, when we say low population density, we are not talking about the entire population of the constituency or district. The cell sites are in specific communities. So 200,000 as the number you mentioned is the total population of the district. However, there's already existing infrastructure in the district. There are areas in the district where there are challenges. And it is those areas where we are referring to as low population density. And so when we say low population density, we're not talking about the entire district, we're talking about the specific areas. Thank you very much.
Any further?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. This is a constituency-specific question. We move to question numbered 802, standing in the name of Honorable Rudolph Amoko Jampa, Upper Denchira West. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise again to ask the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations what plans the ministry has put in place to resolve the rural telephony network sites in the following communities: Brofiedu, Bremai, Oda, Nkronua, Wampem, Kachre Nyansa, Modaso, Amenase, Amobaka, Enyantentem, Nyones, and other areas. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the ministry continues to implement interventions aimed at improving rural telephony and mobile network connectivity in underserved communities within the Upper Denchira West District and across the country. Mr. Speaker, the following are the status updates on the sites serving the listed communities. 1. Brofoyedru, Amobaka, and Nyunosu. These sites, the sites serving these communities have been completed, activated, and are currently on air, passing traffic. Madaso and Amenase, the sites have been completed and activated, but are currently experiencing transmission link failures, given the geographical terrain challenges that I referred to in my first answer. Field engineers from our technical partners have been engaged to rectify the faults and restore full access. For Breman, Odan, Nkronua, Wampam, Anian Tentem, and Katriyanase, the sites serving these communities have been constructed and are awaiting integration and activation. The ministry is working with the relevant technical partners to complete the integration process to bring the sites on air. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please, all honorable members standing should kindly resume their seats. Honorable members, the noise level is too much. Yes, any supplementary question?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me correct my honorable minister for some of the communities you mentioned.
Honorable member, ask supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker, he mentioned the names wrongly. That's why I just want to draw his attention.
Member,
thank you, Mr. Speaker.
If you look at Standing Order 88.7,
Mr.
a
Speaker,
member in asking questions shall not address the House,
Mr. Speaker, I'm
raise
guided.
any argument, or offer an opinion.
I'm guided, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Minister made mention of some communities that the network, rural communication network is working. And one is Brofiedu, which is the Member of Parliament's hometown. Mr. Speaker, one thing is, the Member of Parliament's hometown, which is Brofiedu, there is no network there. My DC's hometown, James Nkwanta, there's no network there. And it
Honorable
is very...
member, with all due respect, the rules says you cannot address the House. You cannot argue, you cannot offer your opinion. So you ask a supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker,
please.
I would like to ask the minister that when is the minister sending his technical team to go and inspect those sites, if indeed they are working or not? Thank
yes,
you.
Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, as part of the reset agenda of President Mahama, we are proactive. The field engineers have already been dispatched and their work will be delivered. Most grateful.
Any further question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Honourable member, this is a constituency-specific question. Again, we move to question number 803, standing in the name of same Rudolph Amoko Jampa. You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I think this question serves the same question that I asked. It was just repeated. So I think we can just go.
Very well. We then move to question number 821, standing in the name of Superintendent Retired Peter Lanchini, Member of Parliament for Wa West.
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for the opportunity. I rise to ask the Minister for Communication, Digital Innovation and Digital Technology and Innovations when the following communities will have their communication challenges addressed. One is Kunchilayiri, Kandel, Bultua, Dabosira, Grungu, Doye, Vieri, Lasetulu, Jaglo, and the last one is Yonuri. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the ministry is taking steps to address the communication challenges in the listed communities within the Wa West District under the Ghana Rural Telephony and Digital Inclusion Project. The following are the status updates and indicative timelines for the communities. Dabosira, Bulto, Donye, and Vieri. Construction of rural telephony masts is currently ongoing in these communities. The sites are expected to be completed, integrated, and made operational before the end of the year. In Lasia, Tuolu, and Jaglu, the sites serving these communities are operational and currently carrying voice and data traffic. In Kendeo and Gurungu, the sites have been completed. However, Gurungu is currently experiencing technical service interruptions due to transmission challenges on Telecel Ghana's network. Telecel Ghana's engineers are working to resolve the issue and restore service. The Kendeo site is also experiencing a transmission link failure, and field engineers from Accent Digital Solutions have been engaged to rectify the fault. In Kulchilieri, GIFEC has conducted a drive test exercise in the community. However, the technical simulation based on the data collected did not identify a viable backhaul solution. GIFEC is therefore exploring alternative technical solutions to provide network coverage and connectivity to the community. In Yonor, the community is not included in the current deployment plan. GIFEC will conduct a drive test exercise to assess the existing coverage situation, and the data collected will inform subsequent simulation, planning, and possible deployment, subject to the community meeting the required technical and implementation criteria. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable member, any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, that is rightly so. I rise to ask the Minister for Communications again. The communities that you are assuring us that we are going to get network by the close of the year, can you give this House, as a House of record, the assurance that by 31st December 2026, those communities will come alive?
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, our engineers are currently working on the field, and all things being equal, the timelines that have been provided by the engineers is that the sites should be active and operational and passing traffic by end of year. Thank you.
Any further question?
Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful for the answer from the Minister. That will be all right.
Member, this is a consensus-specific question. We then move to question number 822, standing in the name of Dukes William Ellen Kwame Amwako Atta Ofori Atta. You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 883.
Once you have his authority, please ask the question.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation why the ministry is now planning an entirely new biometric SIM registration exercise from the scratch.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker, the Ministry wishes to state that the government's decision to undertake a new biometric SIM registration exercise, now referred to as the Electronic Communication Numbering Resource Registration Exercise, is informed by the need to strengthen the integrity, security, and reliability of Ghana's telecommunication ecosystem and to address gaps identified in the previous SIM registration exercise. Mr. Speaker, the previous exercise aimed to ensure that all SIM cards are linked to verified identities through biometric verification and validation against the NIA database. However, the biometric information collected during the exercise was not checked against the NIA database, allowing some individuals to register SIM cards using false, stolen, or unverifiable identities. Mr. Speaker, because of this, the previous registration exercise did not fully achieve its objectives, and systemic weaknesses continue to undermine the integrity of the National SIM Register. Mr. Speaker, the need for a new SIM registration exercise is necessary for the following reasons. 1, incomplete biometric verification. Mr. Speaker, subscriber records were not subjected to real-time biometric verification against the NIA database, thereby limiting the effectiveness of the previous exercise in establishing a fully verified and traceable subscriber database. 2, a rising incidence of fraud and cybercrime. Mr. Speaker, weaknesses in the existing registration framework have been exploited in incidents of SIM swap fraud, mobile money fraud, identity theft, registration of SIM cards using impersonated identities, and sale and use of pre-registered SIM cards. Mr. Speaker, the new exercise seeks to address these vulnerabilities and improve customer protection and national security. 3, the introduction of real-time biometric authentication. Mr. Speaker, under the proposed framework, No SIM card or numbering resource will be activated unless the subscriber's identity has been successfully verified in real time against the relevant national identification database. This will ensure that every active number in Ghana is linked to a verified and traceable identity. Number 4, the introduction of new security features. Mr. Speaker, the proposed registration framework introduces several new safeguards, including a real-time electronic biometric verification, self-registration capability for physical SIM and eSIM services, the designation of a primary number for authentication purposes, remote SIM delinking, device verification through the Central Equipment Identity Register, real-time validation of corporate registration and diplomatic identification documents, and stronger fraud prevention mechanisms. 5, the need for a new legal framework. Mr. Speaker, thanks to your leadership, I have laid the draft Electronic Communication Numbering Resource Registration Regulation 2026 to repeal and replace the Subscriber Identity Model Registration Regulation 2011 LI 2006. 6, improved national identification infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, unlike the previous exercise, the NIA has significantly expanded its registration infrastructure and currently operates approximately 294 registration centers nationwide. In addition, approximately 86% of eligible residents have registered for the Ghana card, thereby creating a more conducive environment for a successful registration exercise. 7, the need for a new registration platform. Mr. Speaker, this existing SIM registration platform cannot adequately support the enhanced requirements relating to real-time biometric verification, multi-institutional interoperability, enhanced cybersecurity, and device verification through CEIR. And number 8, Mr. Speaker, the subscriber-centric registration approach. Mr. Speaker, the proposed registration exercise is being designed to minimize inconvenience to subscribers and avoid the long queues experienced during previous registration exercises. Accordingly, the registration process will be as much as practical undertaken remotely using the subscriber's smartphone through secure digital onboarding and biometric verification technologies. Mr. Speaker, for subscribers who may require physical assistance, the NCA intends to implement a scheduled appointment system for visits to consumer care centers. Mr. Speaker, the NCA is also considering the use of post offices and community information centers across the country as supplementary registration centers to improve accessibility and bring registration services closer to citizens. Mr. Speaker, for inclusiveness and particularly for people living in remote and underserved communities, mobile registration teams may be deployed to hard-to-reach areas to facilitate the registration process and ensure that no eligible subscriber is left behind. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, the proposed exercise has been designed to be significantly more convenient and less disruptive than previous registration exercises through the use of remote smartphone-based registration, scheduled appointments, expanded registration centers, and mobile registration teams for underserved communities. The Ministry's objective is to achieve a secure and credible subscriber database while ensuring that the registration process is accessible, efficient, and customer citizen-centric. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in June last year, the Minister commissioned NCA to do a validation of the current registration that we have. And it's reported that it's about 81.7
Honourable Member,
successful.
we are not interested in your story. We are interested in a
It is not
supplementary
a story,
question.
Mr. Speaker. I'm just laying the basis.
By what rules are you laying the basis?
Sorry?
By what rules are you laying the basis?
Mr. Speaker, we are talking about a fresh registration.
Please, you are to ask a supplementary question.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, my question is, NCA has rated the current exercise about 81.7 successful. Why is the minister not building on the successes that we've chalked instead of starting a fresh registration?
Mr. Speaker, this is a House of Records. The NCA carried out a sample audit of over 2 million subscriber registrations. For the records, not even one was successfully biometrically verified. So as a House of Records, let's put it on record. In the audit that was done by the NCA, there was not even a single one of the 2 million that was biometrically verified entry. So there's no basis for an 81% claim. Biometric verification, 0%. Thank you.
Yes, honourable member. Any further supplementary questions?
Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the minister. Is the minister saying that the current system we're running is not linked to our Ghana card? Is that what the minister is saying? That the current SIM registration that we're talking about is not linked to the Ghana card?
Honourable member, you have heard the minister. He said not even one is biometric. It's zero.
No, Mr. Speaker, that's not. I'm talking about Ghana card. That's the question I've asked.
Yes, so then reframe the question well for the minister to come and answer.
Mr. Speaker, I think that you are not being patient. What I'm saying is that is the minister telling us or is telling the country that the current system, the registration that we did,
so you can ask the minister whether
card.
it is linked with Ghana card.
Yes, that's my question.
So if you said, is the minister telling you, that is not the word of the minister. Because the minister said zero biometric, and you are talking about Ghana card, when the minister did not mention Ghana card. So you can now ask the question relating it to Ghana card.
Mr. Speaker, I have asked the first question, he answered. You asked whether there was a supplementary. I asked another one. So obviously this is a new question.
Yes, by the way you are asking the question, that is the minister saying.
Mr. Speaker, the minister understands the question. I am asking whether the current
I must also
system,
understand your question.
Mr. Speaker, my question to the minister is, the current system that we're running, the SIM that we did, the SIM registration that we did, is it not linked to, is he saying that it's not linked to any of the Ghana cards
now the
in
question,
this
yes,
country?
the minister, is it linked to Ghana card?
Mr. Speaker, for the records again, the current SIM register was linked to biodata on the face of the Ghana card. It was not linked to the biometric data that is held by the database. There's a big difference between biodata and biometric data. The biometric data is fingerprint and facial recognition. Biodata is the information on the plastic card. So that could easily be alterated, and that's why we had instances where we saw Ghana cards that were linked to SIM cards, but the biodata had been changed. So the right name, but wrong date of birth, because the biodata is just printed on the card. But what is intended to give the database its integrity is the biometric, because nobody can fake your fingerprint or your facial recognition. So as we speak today, what we have is linked to biodata, not to the biometrics. And the intention of the then administration or ministry was to link it to the biometrics, which didn't happen. And that's what we want to do with the current registration. Link it to biometrics, not the biodata. Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the minister is on record to vehemently oppose any new registration. What has informed his decision to start a fresh re-registration?
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as Deputy Ranking Member of the Parliamentary Select Committee, I opposed the last registration exercise because I indicated that the process at the time was flawed and that we should not go through that process because it would not deliver a database that was secure. What we have seen today justifies my position. Today, as Minister, I am righting the wrongs of the past. We are doing a registration that will use the biometric data, not the biodata. Today, we are doing a registration backed by law. And Mr. Speaker, this House will bear me record that about 3 weeks ago, I came and laid a new LI for the purposes of the SIM registration. Again, that was an issue I raised as Deputy Ranking Member, that the LI at the time was not fit for purpose. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm only using the opportunity I've been given by the Ghanaian people and His Excellency the President as Minister to right the wrongs of the past. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Communications whether there will be a cost to the registration, to the subscribers, and to the country. Thank you very much.
Please kindly file a fresh question. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the Minister why we don't have to rely on the biometrics that are with the NIA. And we have to take new biometrics because NIA, in processing our card, took our biometrics. So why don't we have to rely on the biometrics that we have already registered with the NIA rather than taking the biometrics of Ghanaians?
Question asked, Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Muhammad Tia is spot on. The NIA has biometric data, and that's why we need to verify against it. To verify against it, you must have something that you are verifying against. And that's why we're asking everybody from the comfort of your home with your own smartphone to submit it. The same way when you want to access your banking app or you want to access your own phone, you have registered your biometric on the phone, but every time you seek to unlock the phone, you use your fingerprint to verify it. Every time you want to vote, you put your fingerprint to verify that you are the one. That's the same thing we are seeking to do. And Mr. Speaker, this, I can repeat on authority, will be at no cost to the consumer. Thank you very much.
Honourable members, I use the opportunity to very well. If you are up, I'll give you the floor.
Speaker, with respect, the Honourable Minister just informed Parliament that this exercise will be at no cost to the consumer. I'm using his words. The subscriber, the ordinary Ghanaian, in other words. Mr. Speaker, that said, can he say the same for the states, whether it would also be at no cost to the states, and whether no procurement will be involved in respect to this matter, since he himself has given us one explanation regarding costs?
Honourable Minority Leader, with all due respect, I'll humbly disallow your question unless it is rephrased. It doesn't relate to the original question. The rules are clear.
Speaker, I don't want to be seen to be having back and forth with you. So I will go by your directive to rephrase. At the dispatch box, the minister himself just informed Parliament that this registration will be at no cost to the subscriber. I want to know from him whether there will be any cost at all to be incurred by the states.
The question that was asked is to the effect that why the ministry is now planning entirely new biometric SIM registration exercise from scratch. This question has completely nothing to do with costs. Asking questions relating to costs, offense standing order 89(1) of our rules book. Accordingly, the question is overruled.
Speaker, without challenging you, let me read 89 in its entirety. Speaker, 89.1 provides, quote, as soon as a question is answered, any member beginning with a member who asks the question may, without notice, ask a supplementary question for further clarification of any matter of fact on the answer, but a supplementary question shall not introduce a matter not included in the original question.
That is where
Two,
the emphasis is.
Mr. Speaker, may I finish with respect? I passed my law exam, and in this chamber, I have worked. So please, Mr. Speaker, allow me. Two, the member who asked a question may be allowed to ask no more than 3 supplementary questions on the substantive question. 3, any other member may be allowed to ask no more than 2 supplementary questions, except that the majority and minority leaders or co-leaders may each ask no more than 5 supplementary questions on the substantive question. So, Mr. Speaker, construing 81, 1, 2, and 3, 89, 1, 2, and 3, in their ordinary meaning, the ordinary meaning, I'm not going into secondary meaning, any interpretation, the ordinary meaning of this provision is that when a question is answered by the minister, the answer thereto can give rise to a supplementary question. Mr. Speaker, on this occasion, the Minister of State at the dispatch box is telling the nation that the subscribers will not incur any cost. The question is, if he says that subscribers will not incur any cost, will there be any cost to the state? Mr. Speaker, this is related. It cannot be that, Mr. Speaker, this is an entirely new question, therefore it does not come within the remit of 89.1. Mr. Speaker, it is the minister's answer. I am not coming out with a question out of nothing. That is his answer. And Mr. Speaker, are we arguing here that when a minister gives an answer, you cannot ask your question based on the answer? Mr. Speaker, it is not me who is introducing that new matter. It is the minister's answer which is introducing a new matter. And once a minister's answer introduces a new matter, a supplementary question can lie. Mr. Speaker, we cannot lock ourselves in a certain interpretation that would make politics a difficult venture here. Mr. Speaker, we are asking a political question. And if he himself has put a matter out, you say that because it was not contained in the original question, we cannot ask a supplementary question. But, Mr. Speaker, let's be clear. Let's be clear. The question is not coming out of nothing. It is based on his answer. And if you read 89.1 clearly, again, it says, a supplementary question for further clarification on any matter of fact on the answer. On the answer. But a supplementary question shall not introduce a matter not included in the original question. So, Mr. Speaker, we are not asking anything not included in the original question. I am asking a supplementary question anchoring same on his own answer. And the rules allow. The rules allow, Mr. Speaker. The rules allow.
Honorable members, if you look at Standing Order 89, there is a foreclosure to the effect that but a supplementary question shall not introduce a matter not included in the original question. This has nothing to do with the answer. That is why I refer to the original question asked. We shouldn't use the opportunity to again offend Standing Order 88-7. Unless the Standing Order is revised, I'm to use it the way it is. So the House can take a decision to revise same. Yes, Majority Leader. Majority Leader. Majority Leader, you are on your feet.
You look different. What are you look different?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was of the same view as the minority leader that when the minister answers questions, if in answering the question, the minister veers into other areas and makes statements of facts to this House, my personal view has always been that that minister opens himself or herself up to further questioning on the new facts that the minister has introduced, because this is the House of Records, and so we are interested. That was my view, and we argued it extensively in this chamber some time ago. And Speaker gave a ruling, the same ruling that he's given today, that we should pay attention to the terms of the order, the rules. The rules state clearly that the supplementary question can ask for clarification of facts introduced in the answer, except that it cannot ask about a matter that is not captured in the original question. So that is the position that the Speaker holds on the matter. I looked at it, and I do agree with the Speaker that he is right on that. But Mr. Speaker, I plead with you that on this occasion, the minister wants to answer the question. So I plead with you to allow the minister to answer the question.
As a matter of fact, I owe fidelity to the rules, but not to any plea.
Mr. Speaker, I would argue no more. Let me proceed with my questions.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, if you may permit me, Mr. Speaker, this is a public interest matter. The nation embarked on some registration exercise. The minister came to the House and told the House that it's at no cost to the ordinary Ghanaian.
You see, Honorable Minority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, let me conclude.
I also don't
Mr.
like
Speaker,
what
I'm
is
not
happening.
going to over-challenge you, but please bear with me.
I draw an attention to Order 88-7. So we don't want any argument.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not
don't
arguing
want
with
any
you.
statement. We don't want
Okay,
any
very well.
opinion.
Let me proceed. It's okay.
Yes, so
let
proceed.
me proceed with my questions. Mr. Speaker, at page 33, of the order paper, I am referring to the second and third paragraphs. Quotes, Mr. Speaker, the previous exercise aimed to ensure that all SIM cards are linked to verified identities through biometric validation against the National Identification Authority database. However, the biometric information collected during the exercise was not checked against the NIA database, allowing some individuals to register SIM cards using false, stolen, or unverifiable identities. Mr. Speaker, my question is, can the minister tell us the number of those who have been identified as having used false, stolen, and unverifiable identities in respect of the very matter he has raised in this very paragraph I have quoted supra.
Honorable Minority Leader, this question is not different from the first one that you have asked. And I will again relate to the original question to ask the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation why the ministry is now planning an entirely new biometric SIM registration exercise from scratch.
Mr. Speaker.
So
Mr.
if you
Speaker,
want
Mr. Speaker,
the
with
number,
respect, Mr. Speaker, with respect, you've spoken. Please let me also speak. Mr. Speaker, have you paid attention to page 33? No, I'm asking because this is where I quoted. Mr. Speaker, I quoted the minister's answer. Mr. Speaker, respect. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I would want to refer you to page 33. I would want to refer you to page 33 of the order paper, the minister's own answer. I'm quoting again the first paragraph of that page. Mr. Speaker, I quote, Mr. Speaker, and this is the answer. Mr. Speaker, the previous exercise aimed to ensure that all SIM cards are linked to verified identities through biometric validation against the National Identification Authority database. However, the biometric information collected during the exercise was not checked against the NIA database, allowing some individuals to register SIM cards using false, stolen, or unverifiable identities. Mr. Speaker, based on this answer, based on this particular paragraph, I am asking the Honorable Minister whether or not he has the total number of those who use false, stolen, or unverifiable identities for the registration. And if so, he should provide us with a number. It is his answer.
with all due respect, the question is not included in the original question. And with permission, if I may read the original question again. To ask the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation why the ministry is now planning an entirely new biometric SIM registration exercise from scratch. Why? That is what the question is saying. And the rule says the supplementary question must relate to the original question. That is why I'm always adventing your mind to the original question.
Mr. Speaker, very well. Mr. Speaker, the original question provides at 822, the original question, Mr. Speaker, 822, this is what it says. To ask the Minister for Communication and Digital Technology and Innovations why the ministry is now planning an entirely new biometric SIM registration exercise from scratch. Mr. Speaker, based on this question, the minister tells us that one of the reasons why they are beginning from scratch is because some people use false, stolen, and unverifiable identities in the registration. So I want to ask the minister that based on the fact that these irregularities have led to their starting from the scratch, can he provide the total number of those who used false, stolen, or unverifiable identities, which has resulted in their starting from a scratch?
Honourable members, I must indicate that the rules are there to prevent the minister being taken by surprise. So if your question is about those irregularities, a specific question will enable the minister to search, to get those informations and bring it to the House. But that cannot be taken as a supplementary question. You see, a question to a minister is not an examination to the minister.
I've not said so. Mr. Speaker, first of all, you've said something on record, and I need to correct that. There are no surprises embedded in my question. And I agree with you that 89 was framed to avoid surprises, and we all agree. Mr. Speaker, you said that the question must have a nexus with the original question, and that's exactly what I'm seeking to do. Mr. Speaker, the questioner wants to know why the biometric SIM registration exercise is being commenced from scratch. The minister says that they are commencing from scratch because some people used false, stolen, and unverifiable identities. Mr. Speaker, so I am connecting his answer to the question. And based on the very question, I'm asking the Honorable Minister whether
Honorable Minority Leader, the question is overruled.
I've not finished the question. How can you overrule? I've not finished.
Because you seem to be repeating yourself.
I'm not,
I'm holding not to overrule the question.
Mr. Speaker,
but
Mr. Speaker,
it seems that is what
I
you
am
are
not
looking
repeating
for.
myself, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the minimum, I know my rules. In the minimum, I know my rules. I'm not repeating myself. You may disagree with me, but don't use words that will be demeaning to me. You can overrule me, I don't mind. It won't be the first, it won't be the last. But I won't accept certain words being used to connect to your ruling. I won't accept it. With the greatest respect to you, sir. With greatest respect to you, sir. I've not finished the question. I've not finished the question. Mr. Speaker, the minister says that some people used false, stolen, and unverifiable identities, which resulted Mr. Speaker, the minister at page 33 tells us that some people use false, stolen, and unverifiable identities in their registration, leading to the policy decision by the ministry to start SIM re-registration at scratch. What I want to know from the minister is that can he provide us with the total number of those who use false, stolen, or unverifiable identities in the registration?
Yes, Honorable respected Minority Leader, I state over and over that if you are looking for a total number of those irregularities, it's a matter for the minister to verify and come and answer. So therefore, this must be a substantive question to the minister, but not a supplementary question. That has been my ruling.
Osahin, I beg you.
Majority Leader, you have the floor. Yes, Majority Leader.
Honorable colleagues. Honorable colleagues, I think if we listen to each other, we will be able to resolve this problem. The question is why fresh SIM registration? That's fundamentally what the question is. And the supplementary question of the minority leader is, your answer is that the reason why you are doing SIM registration is because in the earlier one, some people use fake identities, okay? And the question that the minority leader is asking is, what numbers of people registering use fake identities, okay? Speaker is saying that that question requires the minister to do some research and gather the data for you. No, that's what the speaker is saying. The speaker is saying that information to provide that answer is not likely to be readily available, and therefore ask a substantive question. So I plead with everybody. We sit here, minority leader, please, at our level when we are talking, let's listen to each other. We sit here and the authority of the speaker, whether we are happy with the ruling or we are not happy with the ruling, we must respect the authority of a speaker, whether we are happy or not happy. This same position, you and I argued it vociferously the last time, but the speaker ruled against both of us. We're not happy with the ruling, but we live with it. To tell you, please, to tell you the truth, my personal view is that, when the minister comes here and provides answers and mentions facts in those answers, we are entitled to ask him for follow-up supplementary questions on it. That's my personal view. But the speaker has given a ruling based on the wording of our rules. And so let us respect that ruling and then move on. So minority leader, please, if you can reframe your question, reframe it. Speaker has disallowed it. But threatening to walk out is not good. Don't. Jerry, don't walk out.
So,
Jerry, don't walk out.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Jerry, you know that we are making arrangements for the flood victims in your constituency.
Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable Majority Leader. It's been said that sometimes you make mistake to solve a problem. I am happy that the very essence of my ruling has been understood. Because if you are asking the minister to give you the specific numbers of those who use stolen identity to do SIM registration, this is a matter of fact that the minister must look through the record to come and give you the answer. But if the insistence is that the minister should say so, I'll give the floor to the minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, we are grateful for your leadership. May you live long. Right Honorable Minister, the ministry will work with the regulator and furnish this house with the full details in due course. Thank you.
Yes, any other supplementary question?
Speaker, may I know from the Honorable Minister that this whole exercise, which according to him is going to commence afresh because of all the irregularities identified, can he tell us the costs, implications to government?
Honorable Minority Leader, with all due respect, that was a question asked by Honorable Patrick Yao Boama, and that question has been overruled. So I don't expect this question from you. They can. Honorable Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, thank you very much for attending upon the House to respond to the questions slated for you. Honorable Minister, you are accordingly discharged. Yes, Majority Leader.
Now you can come back. Come for another one. Ken must come. Ken must come. Ken must come.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we will now invite the governor of the central bank. First, we will convert into a committee of the whole.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very
for the
well.
purpose of.
Yes, in view of that, I will call on the marshal to clear the gallery. But before then, let me acknowledge the presence of Fadius International School.
Let's do the committee of the whole and finish, then we can, yeah.
So just to acknowledge them, because they will clear the gallery.
Okay.
They are led by Abubakar Yunus Baba, a teacher. They are also from Madina, they numbered 79. So on behalf of the House, you are welcome to Parliament of Ghana, and may you have a fruitful visit to Parliament. Yes, Committee of the Whole.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. There are some questions asked of the Governor of the Central Bank. The Governor is here, but the questioner is not here. So, Mr. Speaker, if you can give your ruling on the matter, we can proceed.
I will, on this occasion, ask the Governor to take the designated seat.
To rain, you don't know what's going to happen. But one thing is for sure, that we have life and we have an opportunity to right the wrongs of yesterday. Wherever you are, however you're watching, we say good morning and welcome to the AM show. It's a pleasure to join us here. Now, this morning, political debate continues over the arrest and subsequent release of NPP communicator Miracles Dennis Abuaje by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO. Now, while he is out of custody, the minority insists the circumstances surrounding his arrest and the bail conditions imposed raise serious questions about due process. The caucus is demanding that the Attorney General appears before Parliament to address concerns over what it describes as unlawful and onerous bail conditions. Now, one matter arising is also that businessman Dr. Papa Kwesi Nduom has suffered another setback in his bid to revive GN Bank after the Supreme Court suspended the enforcement of a High Court ruling directing the Bank of Ghana to restore the bank's license. So, what are the legal and economic implications of this latest development? We'll find out. Now, within the New Patriotic Party, the race for national leadership is beginning to take shape as former national chairman Paul Afoko officially launches his bid to reclaim the position. Now, could his return redefine the party's internal politics as it seeks to rebuild the 2024, after the defeat of 2024? The alleged sexual misconduct case at Bole City High School continues to spark national concern. The Education Ministry is calling for the arrest and prosecution of the alleged perpetrator, insisting that an apology is not enough and that those responsible must be held accountable. So, away from politics, we head to flood-hit communities to assess life after the devastating floods. Relief efforts have begun, but how are residents really faring weeks after? Has the assistance reached those most affected? And what challenges still remain as communities work to rebuild? Joining us for News Review today are Professor Smart Sapon, Senior Research Fellow at Kumasi Technical University. Also, Dr. Kwame Asante, Political Scientist at the University of Ghana. Awal Mohammed is member of the MPP's Communications Directorate, and Bernard Bediako Peidu, Member of Parliament for Akwetia. This is the AM show. Stay with us as we bring you, the AM news with Denise Apoma AJ. My name is Samuel Kojo Brace. You can call me the Ahanta Pele. I do this with MFA Akosia Adeti. On behalf of the wonderful team we have here, we say thank you for joining us. Do stay for the AM news.
Hello and welcome aboard to the AM News. My name is Denisia Pomaiji. In our very first story, a clampdown on illegal sand winning and stone quarrying activities in the Greater Accra region has uncovered companies operating for years with expired licenses, while others were found to be unregistered with the Minerals Commission. The operation led to some arrests, with other companies directed to report to the Commission as soon as possible to rectify their licensing issues. My colleague Maxwell Akloboto has more in the following report.
A joint operation involving the Minerals Commission, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat (NIMOS), and the Office of the Administrator of Stool Lands has uncovered numerous sand winning and stone quarrying sites operating without license. The operation forms part of efforts to enforce mining regulations by targeting illegal sand winning and stone quarrying activities, with Chopoli in the Adak community becoming the first location targeted in the exercise. When officials from the commission arrived at the site, most of the operators fled, leaving behind equipment and evidence of ongoing sand extraction activities. However, the truck drivers whose vehicles were being loaded were not as fortunate as they were apprehended during the operation.
It's the operators who have to stand their ground to explain all these calamities.
Where you are going, you should know whether the place is licensed before you go and take your...
How can you know? We all, excuse me to say, we all will be human, but you can't know. Like with another challenge you.
Because if you are able to produce the person,
what I'm saying that
if you can't produce the person you take the thing from, then you have to answer.
That we are coming here.
Yeah, so
I know that I didn't make bad. That's why I stand.
Don't worry.
Some people
will go to the nearest police station.
In the Ningo Pram district, the commission also uncovered that a stone quarrying company, TT Quarries, had been operating for years despite its license having expired in 2022.
They are in operation. When you realize that they are in operation, it's a serious issue altogether. You are operating illegally. You've come to the site before even we went to the office. So we realized that these guys are operating. And when we check and we know that their license has expired, they are supposed to put in the renewal before even the expiration of the license.
The Minerals Commission has handed over the truck drivers to the police at Chopoli in the Adak community. 2 trucks were apprehended by the team during the operation. For Joy News, Marcel Kloboto's reports read to you.
Let me take you to the Upper West region. For years, chiefs in Laura had to stand during meetings. Court bailiffs walked miles to deliver summons. This week, help arrived with 660 chairs and 2 motorbikes worth 130,000 cedis. But as Joy News' Rafiq Salam reports from Laura, the donation solved one problem and exposed a much bigger one. Here's his report.
In Laura, Jesus got a seat. 660 plastic chairs now fill the Traditional Council Hall. A gift from Member of Parliament Bid Anwata Zumaziedan to end years of chief standing during meetings.
So these chairs, I don't think we will come across or will experience any embarrassing situation of sending for benches and stools for our guests or our visitors to sit on. So Honorable MP, here again, I say bravo. And it is not only that, if you look at our Traditional Council office building, it's an eyesore.
He is not exaggerating. The Traditional Council staff share one cramped room. No support staff. Registrar Seydou Kudu says he even pays a cleaner from his own pocket.
But if the ensemble employ her as even at least a casual staff, but that will even motivate her to always be available for me, so that the chiefs shouldn't come and wait for me to clean. By the time I come, she always clean. Anytime I get money and give to her some assistance, you see her for a day or for 2 weeks, you see the place very neat. Sometimes the lady tried to weed this place herself. We are appealing to the district assembly to come to our aid to help us so that the chiefs will get a befitting place to sit for their meetings and a befitting place for their court issues. Because most of these traditional issues are handled in this area. We don't send it to the plaza. The plaza is meant for the paramount chief to sit with his elders, not for official duties.
It wasn't just chairs. The Laura Sacred Court got a motorbike to help bailiffs move. For years, they walk.
On behalf of the Sacred Court, Laura, we are sincerely grateful for this kind gesture you have done unto us. This will go a long way to help us in the area of mobility and transport. And we promise that we are going to use this motorbike very well and put it into good shape.
MP Bid Anwata Mazeden says the 130,000 cedis package came straight from what the institution asked for.
What is good about them is that they are your felt needs. As the requests come directly from you, you made the request. On the basis of that, I'm responding. So I'm sure that it is going to address some of your concerns. It is my expectation that these items would address some of the problems the institutions identified which informed the appeals. My assurance is that when the situation improves, we would assist you in other modest pressing areas.
This is where Laura chiefs settle land disputes, where families find peace. But look at it, crack walls, one room for everybody. The MP brought chairs so they could sit. Now the assembly says it will bring walls so they can work. Because in Laura, justice shouldn't sit on plastic in a broken room. MP Bid Zeden, together with Municipal Chief Executive Cecilia Nurotu, inspected the office right after the donation. Her promise, no second appeal needed.
We are there to solve problems. We wouldn't wait for the second appeal to us. We will respond to it urgently. It's an urgent need, and it's our duty as an assembly to do it. So we will do it.
For now, the chiefs have chairs. Next, they want the roof that doesn't leak. Reporting for the news, Rafik Salam, Laura.
Now from the Upper West region, let's now come to the Central region. The second edition of the Cape Coast Technical University Career Fair has highlighted the importance of equipping students with the skills, mindset, and professional guidance needed to thrive in an increasingly competitive and technology-driven job market. Speakers at the event encouraged students to embrace the responsible use of artificial intelligence while underscoring the value of mentorship in career development, describing it as a vital tool for building resilience, making informed career choices, and achieving long-term professional success.
The 2026 Cape Coast Technical University Career Fair was held under the theme Creating Careers in the Digital